Good evening and welcome to another Gamestyle Live. Steve stood up and is ignoring us for some reason.
Because you
Andrew's
all
here.
suck.
How you doing, gents?
Great until I had to do this. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm
I'm
alright.
good, thank you.
You're gonna peg him?
Oh, he's going to pig me? What?
Oh.
What does that even mean?
What?
Doesn't mean anything.
What?
And that's our show. Good night.
Bye!
Good stuff.
Yeah, excellent.
Andrew, you devised this show. Tell us what it's about.
Oh,
Devised.
oh
It's
God.
like Andrew's version of like the
Right.
X-Files or something.
Right, basically, this is a massive plan that I've really planned out with planning and diagrams and
Graphs,
sure there was a
squared
brainstorm
paper.
at one point and maybe some Venn diagrams. I do love a Venn diagram. Bloody love a Venn diagram.
Venn diagram, entertainment podcasts. The other
Oh.
Venn diagram is us. No. Sorry.
Yeah, it almost crossed over once, but then he went back to America.
Just
It's- Yes, today we are discussing modern gaming. Modern, the young people, because what happened is they announced Skylanders,
Skylanders Lego!
but for Lego.
Oh my God! Wait, could you imagine if that was actually a thing?
Skylanders Lego.
I'm sure that is
Is
the
that
end
crossing
game
the
of
street?
these
Is
things.
that just literally? That's just the end of end times.
Well, I think many parents' wallets would implode on themselves, and children would just explode into confetti and glitter and happiness and rainbows. But,
I mean, it sounds technically possible that they could
it
end
doesn't.
up putting Disney Infinity into Lego, surely.
no, because what I think.
Hang on.
What I think is that we won't see any of the Lego Star Wars stuff come into Lego Dimensions until the Lego Star Wars Disney Infinity that is yet to be announced but will be announced in time for the film's release this Christmas has played out. And they've, basically Disney have rinsed all the money out of that, and so then they can license the Star Wars stuff to Lego, and then they'll just make another buttload of money. So
How does the Marvel license work in all this?
it probably doesn't because it's published by Warner's. It depends how altruistic
Well,
they're feeling.
Yeah,
But
well,
they've
Star
had-
Wars is Marvel as well, isn't it? So.
Yeah, but they've
Star
had the
Wars is
Lego
Disney.
games.
Marvel is Disney.
Yeah,
Star
yeah,
Wars
yeah,
is
you know
Disney.
what I mean.
Yeah, but Star
Lego
Wars.
Lego is Warner, and they've had Marvel characters in their games, along with, and they've had DC, and that's going to be something that will come together at some
No,
point. I
because
would imagine.
no, because Lego Marvel wasn't published by Warner.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
I'm sure.
Was Lego City Undercover published by Warner? It was published by Nintendo. No, stop it, Bradley.
Lego Marvel.
Shit, Algie. Anyway,
Oh,
so
for God's sake, we've got
a bit
Google.
like the Blur album, modern gaming is rubbish, except it isn't,
Yeah.
and that is actually the show.
Well, it's a bit weird and scary, isn't it? It's a little bit. It does confuse me, honestly.
Lego Marvel Superheroes. Initial release date October 22nd, 2013. Developed by TT Games. Published by Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment.
Ah, you're lying.
No, I'm not.
Don't believe it.
I was going to side with him because I didn't think I remembered reading it out when we did that episode where Andrew reads out that website that Andrew's not allowed to say the name of.
RedTube.
What? Shopforbrides.com.
No, the other one. The other one. And you know the ongoing legal situation with that website means I can't discuss it any further. Please cut that conversation. My lawyers will be on the phone any second.
Shopfortiebrides.com.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've got a lawsuit with them as well. Sure.
It's because he doesn't return them. They just
They
disappear.
should have a more obvious returns policy.
Like
That's
for
all I'm going to say.
Well, burying them doesn't count.
Got to drill the holes in the box.
Anyway,
What are we talking about?
Metacritic. When I was reading out Metacritic.
Oh,
I was pretty sure
Metacritic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when I was reading out the lists from that, I'm pretty sure that did appear on it, yes. But yeah, I think that the Lego thing looks a little bit rubbish, really.
Why? Why? How does it look rubbish?
Because it's like buying minifigures, except they come with another 5 pieces.
Yep.
And they want 15 quid for them.
Yep.
Right.
That's terrifying.
Shut up, fry.gif. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. There is a miniature DeLorean. You get a miniature Batmobile with the actual set. Although, you know, I'm going to have to somehow convince my other half that I'm not buying a £100 toy set that
Steve,
isn't really a toy set.
I apologise in advance for what I'm about to say, but please understand that it's heading somewhere positive.
Yeah, I bet.
Right. Lego minifigures, as they are, they look okay, they look cool, but they're ultimately pointless. They sit on a shelf. Lego minifigures that you can use in a game, stop them being ultimately pointless, are useful to some degree, and interactive and fun.
This
Remember
is
when games were fun?
This is coming from a man who pays $20 a month for a box full of stuff that sits on your shelf.
No, once we got like... I'm sorry, look, I got a recent book out of that.
Ready Player One. All right. Okay.
I've not read it yet, but it's sitting out. It's
So
sitting
it's
on my shelf.
just sat on your shelf looking pretty, is it?
To be fair, I've got 2 amiibos now, so you know, I ain't even got anything.
Oh, I'm worse than Hitler. I've got a whole 3 amiibos, and I've pre-ordered the Woolly World one because it's a woolly Yoshi. Because why would
Is it actually woolly?
Yep.
Yes, he's
So,
actually woolly.
Right. Have I missed the boat on getting that, or will that be readily available?
I think your boat might have.
your boat sailed and been sunk by the German U-boat offshore.
I think you might still be able to get one if you buy a copy of the game as well somewhere.
Yeah,
if you
the ones were on Nintendo's website and on Game, and then they sold out, and they're charging 20 quid for them because Nintendo and Game are awful human beings.
Because wool is so
always seem to get the
expensive.
rare
It is.
ones,
Wool's terrible. It's the most expensive thing going.
Yeah.
I've
I mean, it's more than one colour as well.
Got in. What was one of the rare ones in the first sets?
All of them apart from Mario, Yoshi, Pikachu, and Princess and Zelda and Samus.
All of the ones your mum hasn't heard of.
Right. Okay. Shop 2 have pre-ordered out of the Amiibo Woolly's World.
See, but you're saying that, you know the pop vinyl things that you can get as well that are ultimately pointless and just bigger than Lego minifigures, they've started doing plushies. Yeah. I want a
The
plushie.
best thing about plush is that you don't have to dust it so much.
Now, the best thing about plush is that it washes. What? Anyway. So, modern gaming. Yeah, modern gaming.
Yeah, I think that is what we're actually talking about, to be fair. I think we're actually on topic.
Basically, it's like this whole thing of attaching toys to games. Well, you know, I suppose it is a new thing, but it's like, it falls under the category, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Unless you're one of those OCD motherfuckers that has to buy shiny things of plastic and put them on your shelf. Don't know anybody like that. But,
Amiibos terrify me. The people that are like really gonna catch them all.
People who, yeah, exactly. People who went, I'm going to buy all the Amiibos, obviously had absolutely no idea what they were getting themselves into. Because it's a license for Nintendo to print money, so they can basically make them ad infinitum until, you know, fucking plastic drowns the world. And the other thing is, there's the whole thing of the rarity of the Amiibos is awful because it's
That's bullshit from Nintendo.
well, the thing is, it's that Square there is a toy business.
Yeah.
It's gacha machines, it's Toys R Us, you know, but it's Hasbro shipping out Transformers animated figures when I used to buy them for no good reason. They had too much money and not enough sense. When you used to get Transformers animated figures, you'd get, you know, in a big crate, you'd get 12 of one, 12 of another, 6 of one, 3 of one, and there'd be 2 of another, like in a pallet or something. So, you know, the scarcity is nothing new. It's just that...
I don't know, there's a lot of toy companies are quite honest about that now. I know that Marvel, whatever that range is called, Legacy, you know, they're really quite nice ones.
Yeah.
They definitely said that it was like 1 in 48 for some of them, and had
point, actually,
super rare ones as well.
I saw the Captain Marvel one the other day. I really should go back and buy it.
See,
but Nintendo haven't made any announcements like that. They've not even said which ones are dead, apart from one. There was one little email, weren't there, about
the Wii Fitness Trainer.
Yeah. And Villager and one other, I think, was announced that GameStop weren't getting any more of. But apart from that, they've been really... If you're paying 50 quid for an Amiibo on eBay now,
You're an
There's
idiot.
literally, well, you are an idiot, but you're also like a double idiot because Nintendo could literally send 6,000 million of them to a shop tomorrow,
Right. Well,
which is. I think I don't mind the scarcity. I understand why they do that because it makes people panic.
business, isn't it?
And people pre-order them, and that's the best thing ever as far as a toy company is concerned. Pre-orders because they know exactly how many to make, and that's it.
Yeah.
But they're not announcing which ones are being retired. Just seems.
Well, from my rounds of various shops since the last wave was released, which was the Super Mario Brothers wave, I think. Bowser, the other Bowser, the other Yoshi, the other Mario, is that I haven't seen anything other than the first wave apart from a Sonic and a Mega Man in Tesco. And literally, that's from numerous supermarkets, numerous branches of game and stuff like that. Either Nintendo aren't keeping up stock, or no fuckers getting them, or they're going somewhere specific. So
Well, they'll just be going to staff, won't they, for a start?
well, that's the other thing, isn't it? The staff are going to buy them up and then stick them on eBay and Amazon and.
See,
Yeah.
this is where I reckon what should be happening with stuff like this. I don't know if when you worked in retail, Steve, if you got any benefits from any of the publishers or anything like that. But to stop this going on, stop profiteering from the staff of these shops, whether it's games, whether it's the toys or whatever, give them promos of them.
Well,
a few extra. The amount of stores they need to send it to isn't a massive number compared to what they can actually sell.
Well, it is though, because bearing in mind that lots of shops like these work on 0-hour contracts, and so you've got people in there that work 4 hours, so they can pay the minimum in national insurance, and so you've got in a game, say a decent sized branch of game, you might have 15, 20 people working there. Because they all work 3 to 4 hours.
Fair point,
I don't think it's that the people in the shop actually want amiibos.
That's
they
a
want to
massive
put them on
tweak,
eBay. They'll get more from selling one amiibo than they will from their job.
See, that makes it. Yeah, I suppose that's a political government.
We're going
rather than
way
yeah.
off.
Check out our election special.
Our election special entitled Gamestyle. They're all lying cunts and out for themselves.
The Ed Miliband likes games, so
Let's do an election special.
Ed Miliband looks like Ernie from Bert and Ernie, or Bert from Bert and Ernie.
see, people say the thing with Ed Miliband. There's a lot of people. He's a bit weird, so yeah, we don't want to. Surely the weird ones are the ones we want because they've got quirks and not as much to hide.
Now the thing with Ed Miliband is he's completely personalityless and spineless and characterless.
I don't want a personality running the country. I want somebody who's efficient. Don't care. Anyway.
We will do an election special
because I'll just sit there going cunt.
Yeah, okay, not actually about politics. That's beyond our jurisdiction.
We'll do a live stream of Democracy 3 while talking about the general election.
I'll tell you something. I've put quite a few hours into Democracy 2, and I've been checking out Democracy 3, and I'm quite excited to buy that.
What a
I
rock and
bloody
roll.
love Democracy.
I'm in. If you want to do that, Andrew, I'm in.
Let's do that. We'll
rock and roll
sort out the
lifestyle you will
universe.
lead, Andrew.
I'm PC game. Sometimes you have to play games about politics if you play PC games. It just happens.
Sometimes. I bet you play Hearts of Iron 3 as well, don't you?
I've
Dabbled.
How many hours have you put in Hearts of Iron 3?
No, not enough at all. Not enough.
What have you put in?
No.
Come on.
I don't know. Probably only 5 or 6. Not a lot.
Oh right, I thought you were going to say 500 or 600 then.
No, it's just one step. It's just one step too far, really.
When they say gaming heroin.
Just gonna reel it back in a bit. Getting back to the toys. Obviously they're big booming stuff at the moment. It's obviously Skylanders is nowhere near done. Disney Infinity, Amiibos, now the Lego stuff's coming. GTA 6, which would inevitably happen. Will they go full on rip the piss out of it and produce some kind of toy base thing of bikini-clad Russian
No.
women's with shotguns, or
What
will
would
they
be amazing? What would
reference
be,
it somehow?
what would be absolutely stunning if they did GTA 6 and they produced a £300 hot toy, limited edition to only 200 pieces of the main protagonist and some other characters, and so nobody could buy them. That'd be amazing. That'd be wonderful.
That does seem to be the next step, though, doesn't it? As cute as the woolly Yoshi is, it does also seem like it might be a little bit of a test that can we charge a bit more? And then there might be another test, can we charge a bit more than that? And then we'll have 40 quid toys sooner or later.
No,
Or £300 claptraps.
No, because bottom will fall out in it sooner or later, so I don't worry about it. People get bored, people move on. I mean, it's which people probably have from this podcast because we're not talking about games. But
Well, also, it comes back round again if you look at the reintroduction of rhythm music games.
Yeah, I suppose they
done.
are now the modern games, aren't they? Because we've got two to look forward to. One
Right,
of
so look
which
forward
seems
to.
to be coming out exclusively on the 3DO, which I'm quite excited about. Because, you know,
Bitch.
I've heard there's a Mega CD version rumoured as well, so it's okay. Don't worry. We've all got a platform we can get Guitar Hero live on.
I don't want to say screw all the doubters, but I'm glad they're doing something different compared to Rock Band, because I don't want two of the same game again.
They shouldn't be doing anything at all.
Why not?
Because
Why?
it's piss.
Why? So?
Because while Rock Band had a focus, like in its end of its life had a focus and was wonderful, Guitar Hero literally just nosedived into the dirt and exploded. It was awful. Warriors of Rock was terrible.
Which is why they're coming back and doing something different. And in your own words, Steve, if you don't like it, you don't need to buy it.
I don't like it, and I don't need to buy it. It just stinks of desperation. It's not Rock Band, and it's not Rocksmith. Rocksmith has got the learning market sewn up. It's brilliant. Aside from Ubisoft's practices of charging A, a fortune for the DLC, and B, not making the legacy DLC ready until 3 fucking months after it came out. And so, you know, whereas Rock Band is going to be Rock Band. And it's all, and the thing is, it's all legacy. You get, hopefully, legacy, caveat, all that stuff. You get all the DLC. Hopefully the instruments are going to be backwards compatible and all that stuff. So, and that's a major thing. Guitar Hero doesn't fall into either of those things.
No, but what Guitar Hero falls in for me is not going to be the live action on stage stuff, which, that doesn't do it for me whatsoever.
Like worst gimmick I've seen.
But what I'm looking forward to
long time
is Guitar Hero TV, where I don't want points. I don't give a flying fuck about points. I can't sing. I can't got no rhythm. I just want to sit there with a guitar, wind a telecaster, and just pretend I know what I'm doing.
So what, you don't want to play a fundamentally score attack game for the score? That's what you're saying.
But I don't think Guitar Hero is going for just that. I think it's going for a completely different market, and that's fine.
It is. I mean, but thing is, it's like, is it going to fall into the market of SingStar? Because that's pretty much what SingStar is. And SingStar comes out on a Friday and Saturday night when you're pissed up. And even then, it didn't work right. Yeah, but all right, then you're going to do it on a Friday, Saturday night and pay 60 quid for a peripheral? Probably not. 120 quid for 2 peripherals. You know?
I don't understand how that's going to work, to be honest. It seems
a bit pie in the sky, innit?
It seems like it's designed to not get good at the songs. That's my main concern about it, is that it seems to be, let's flick through a bunch of things, just play along as you get, and you never actually really improve at it, because it's a TV station and it keeps ploughing on.
Fine. No, look at this. Right, Rock Band is for those who have got the dexterity and the rhythm to hit those buttons quick. I can't do that. Rocksmith is for someone who wants to learn to get better and play an actual guitar. I don't want to do that. I've got no rhythm. I can't. I'm not going to be a Billy Joel or whatever. I don't know who does guitar.
Guitar Hero's got more buttons than Rock Band.
Sorry?
Just
smash him a bit.
I think we've basically discovered.
You're making me shit my brain out of my anus.
We've discovered the entire target audience for this game.
Wait, is it coming out on the Vita?
Oh, Jesus.
You
Yeah,
can
sure.
probably remote play. It's fine.
If it's not coming out on the Vita, I don't want it.
Like I said, you know, you've not even seen it yet properly, and it's an instant 9 out of 10, isn't it, Brad? Ooh.
Or at least.
Hey, I gave a Vita game a 6.
Yeah, I'm still reeling from it myself. Anyway,
But to be fair to Guitar Hero, one thing that I have massively got in its favour is that it's made by Freestyle Games, who are really, really good at what they do.
they are. I'm just wondering if Freestyle Games are a bit constrained by Activision suits.
It's hard to imagine them sitting down and saying, "Yeah, let's make a Mega CD game."
Let's make Night Trap the musical.
Do that.
Oh,
But no, the thing is with Activision, and I feel like Activision. There's Activision who look cynical and everything, and they go, "It's Call of Duty, it's Destiny, and that's everything we do." And then there's Activision who will actively promote mid-tier games. But I think they done, as we were speaking before we came on there, the game trailers, Bakugan, Dumb Game Monday thing. It's Activision done that. Activision got the last
5 years ago.
No. But if you look now, they've got that Avatar, that recent Avatar game by Platinum, which wasn't great, but they backed it. They're willing to put money to these mid-tier games and get them out. And I don't think, yes, they're cynical with their Call of Duties and they're cookie-cutter games that are going to be this, and this to make money, but they're willing to give other games a chance to shine still. I do think sometimes now they took a risk on Skylanders. That could have bit them in the arse. It worked for them. This swap band thing could bite them in the arse. I don't think they're going to constrain it at all. I think if it shows any modicum of success, I think they'll back it even further.
Things like a drum kit.
It's
We've had an extra viewer why we said that. I think I've got on Activision's good side.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but it's like
Really want any of
Ubisoft.
your games Activision, but never mind.
It's like Ubisoft doing all them mid tier. Is this mid tier thing a new buzz phrase that's passed me by? Because I don't remember hearing that before.
It's a
It's
little
just me
bit
that's
of
been saying it.
Yeah, it's just Brad. No, I have heard it before. It's definitely a thing, and it's an understandable thing. It's that games now cost a fortune to make, so they don't make the ones that aren't going to sell bajillions.
Well,
Mirror's Edge is a mid-tier game because it didn't
came out in 2007.
No, but I'm going back. The era where mid-tier was the king is during the PS2 era, where you had great games, you had shit games, and you had the 6 to 7 out of 10s. And they're fine. And that's the thing. It was when they was, yeah, that was okay. I'm not going to go back to it. I don't know if I'd recommend it to anyone, but I enjoyed it. And again, Ubisoft looked like they was doing that for a bit and then somehow screwed it up. EA have had a round of that. I think Skate for them was a big risk and it paid off. I don't know why they've killed that, but Activision seemed to be the current big boys of doing that, of allowing those games to exist on a console market without them having to be indie. Because now it goes a case of, instead of crap games, big games, mid-tier, you've now got indies, big games, and then everything else. It's us as game buying public have got to realise that not everything needs to be perfect.
You've definitely realised that.
I just love games, man. What can I say?
I don't know. It's not something that if someone came back from the present time and went back to me then and said, just so you know, mid-tier games are going to die out, so you know, get your fill of those now, I'd be like, don't give a fuck, mate. Don't give a fuck. Also, nice beard. But
and what if at the same time you went back and went, see this Watch Dogs? That is the epitome of shit games. Everyone hates that game. You've been going, really?
People don't hate it. That's the thing. It's
people do as a whole.
It's a mediocre game. It doesn't do anything spectacular.
Fine, which is fine. I love it.
It's not because as time marches inexorably on, I haven't got the time to play alright games. I want to play something good. Or if I'm going to review it, I want to play something shit so I can put the fucking boot into it.
We're just going to make you review The Crew over and over again until you hate it enough
Crew
to
was
actually...
mediocre. I'm not going into this. I am not going into this again. No, fuck off. No.
I'll tell you how mediocre The Crew was, that Lucas begged me to buy it for him. We got it for him, he played it for about an hour, went, oh, Detroit, and he went, oh, I can't get to the Joe Louis Arena. Took it out, and I don't think it's been back in since.
I should sell games. Sell them. Get rid of it. Oh, you can't. It's worth 20. It's worth 20 quid brand new.
Yeah. I'm going to get him to review Goat Simulator on the Xbox One, though.
Oh,
I bloody love Goat Simulator.
Oh, God.
No,
See, that's another thing in modern gaming. Joke games that get popular. I don't understand it. My nephew. Actually, I do understand it. I'm talking bollocks. My nephews. One's 10, one's 15. They are smack bang in the middle of the target audience of this shit. And my God, I want to wring both their necks. Not that I condone violence to children, obviously, but they are going to pay in some form or other. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go around their house when they're at school, and I'm going to dismantle all the Lego and have to re-fucking build it. That'll teach them.
Oh, yeah. No, Goat Simulator. I don't think it's embargoed.
It's been out for years.
No, on the Xbox One. So I don't think I'm breaking any embargo.
Just say you're talking about the PC version.
So, yeah, you're talking about the PC version.
No. I'm not doing a written review on that because I've just decided I'm just going to attach a headset to the boy, stick it on broadcast on the Xbox One, and that's going to be the review because he just spends most of his time laughing and shouting at the game because it's the most hilarious thing he's ever done.
I don't get it.
It's good. I like it.
There's no point to it. There's some that work. Something like a Goat Simulator seems to have got that balance just right. I mean, there's a ton of shit out there that tries to do it, and it is absolute shite. It's the same as like Euro Truck Simulator. It works. There's something about it, but Ship Simulator and whatever simulator, they're shite. They're absolutely.
Well, you see, that's not entirely true.
I've got more simulators on my computer than I can.
Snowcat Simulator.
I bought Paula Farming Simulator on Xbox 360, not this year's, last year's, for the simple reason that the game is pure grind. It is just. Do this. It's a numbers simulator disguised as a farming game, and she loves that shit. It's like the reason she's put so much time into the games like Diablo 3 is because of the stats and the numbers and all that kind of stuff. So I looked at it and I had a good look at it. I thought she'll put loads of time into that simply because you sow this, you reap this, you sell this, you take it here, you do that, you hire a dude to do this and all this kind of stuff. It's just grind. And so if you're looking for a Skinner box kind of game that pushes that button like Destiny or WoW or something like that, but you don't have to put up with the fucking social bullshit that you have to put up with both of those games, then it's pretty good. Personally, I would rather shove both of my toes into my big toes into my eyes and my thumbs in my ears and bite my own face off than play it. But
there's no this, but no, Farming Simulator actually to give you that is up there with Euro Truck Simulator, where it's one of those that works. It works.
I need an Oculus Rift for Euro Truck Simulator.
Yeah. And it's the same Goat Simulator.
When's American Truck Simulator out? Should I not own that by now?
No, it's not out yet. The Scandinavian expansion's not out yet, so the American one's going to be the end of the year. So, sorry, anyway, Red, you were saying something. Go on.
No, their games.
What on earth is happening?
Someone
get me the president on the phone.
Shut up, please. Pad's got a point.
Right, they work, but what happens is you get one of those that works, and then you get all the like it's the survival games. You get one survival game that works, and then every early access game's a survival zombie game.
It comes out the day after my birthday.
Oh God, shut up.
I'll buy it for you if you shut up. I won't, because I've got no money. But
the thing is with the simulator games is they've been around for ages. Euro Truck Simulator 2 was a rare example of a good one. Farming Simulator is entirely it's in debate as to actually whether it's any good or not. But then once they saw that Euro Truck Simulator and Farming Simulator were actually taking off and people were taking it a bit more seriously, they turned the fucking shovelware machine up to 10 and just shoved out all sorts of crap.
I think actually what they started doing was just translating them from German. There is a lot of translating from German. The Germans fucking love a simulator. I'll tell you that.
They can't get
they love sausages.
Actually, they can't.
Simulators.
Sausage bratwurst simulator.
With Goat
There's
Simulator,
not a sausage factory simulator.
I would buy Oktoberfest simulator. Yes.
Okay. Sausage Fest Simulator.
No,
No.
I was thinking about those ladies in the lovely bustiers with
Mm.
big tubs of ale.
Um,
Big tubs of ale.
but, right.
Sorry, is there a point?
There,
'Cause
Yes,
there
there
is
is.
an
Okay, there
online
go.
game called Sausage Factory Simulator.
Christ. I'm wondering if he actually searched that or if he just knew that straight
he just
away.
knows it. It's in his Steam library.
Good luck, mate. I'm gonna start doing Simulator of the Week.
God, make it stop.
Yes, do it. Anyway, look, my hair's a mess. Anyway, Goat Simulator. I kind of ignored Goat Simulator since pretty much same reasons you might think Steve is going, oh, for fuck's sake, it's another one of these type. It's gonna be. And then Lucas played it. He was loving it, playing it. He was ramming people, headbutting them. He was making goats bounce off trampolines and up slides and into houses and destroying everything. And I went, what's so good about it? And he just went, it's not real, Dad. He just went, and I can smash stuff. He just go, yeah, fair enough.
It's a genuinely very, very well made game.
That's what it's got.
Well made?
Yes.
Probably by accident, but it is. There's a lot of, Tony Hawk's 2.
Yeah.
When you realised you got to that point where you weren't actually going to get a higher score than you'd already got, so you just decided to go around finding all the gaps.
Yep.
That's what Goat Simulator actually is. It's finding gaps in Tony Hawk's 2.
And I'm still undecided as to whether the glitches in Goat Simulator are actual bugs or if they're intentional.
I think it's, from what I've read about the game, it's like 6 or 1/2 a dozen of other, to be honest with you.
But
I
if you
think
can't
basically
find,
the good glitches have been
Yeah.
kept, is what it boils down to.
yeah, if you can't find a goat's neck snapping in half and bouncing back on itself while he's got a human attached to it on some kind of rocket machine, then just give up on life.
Yeah, that doesn't sound grim at all.
There
It's
are
really
a
Kind
lot
of
of
weird porn. Germans? What?
yeah.
Andrew, Sim of the Week.
Yeah, it is a genuinely good game. I would put money on the fact you'd actually enjoy it if you sat down and played it.
I can't find it in myself to find the time to do it. I've got far too much procrastination to do to play Goat Simulator.
There is genuinely a game in there somewhere. And
Is there?
Yeah.
I'm fucked if I could see it. I've watched
It's
videos. I've watched the film
totally-
videos.
No, it is.
It
There's
gives
no
you
better way of
scores.
describing it than that Tony Hawk's gap
But
thing.
it gives you scores like Tony Hawk. You get like moves come up and stuff like that, and it's like it rewards you for doing certain.
Yeah, it's definitely a Tony Hawk parody. There's definitely quite a lot of that to it.
See, the most disturbing thing he done was he decided there was a car doing drifts in a field, and he got himself run over a couple of times. That was fun, and then he timed it to headbutt a human into the path of the drifting car, and then just watch it get taken under the wheels.
You see, I can't come up with that kind of creativity. It takes the mind of a child or somebody that should be locked in a rubber room to come up with something like that.
Shush.
It's brilliant. But I agree with you, Steve. I don't have that creativity
I wish
anymore.
I could. I honestly, I miss that. I absolutely miss that about when I was younger. And it's like, because the youngest nephew will like go, Uncle Steve, and I'll go, what? And then there'll just be this amazing rainbow-coloured stream of thought that just comes out of his mouth about Minecraft and Halo and things he does with his mates in all these games, and I'm like, for Christ's sake, please don't lose that, because when you do, you'll realise that it's barely worth breathing in and out anymore. It's terrible. Happy days. I'm out of water and everything.
You need it.
You what, sorry?
You should buy Goat Simulator. You need it.
It was on sale a few days ago. I'll see.
Isn't it the PC game? Isn't it a big MMO or something like that as well now?
I don't know.
No, not really. It's another parody, basically. It's kind of...
But
It's basically Goat Simulator 2.
But like Minecraft, it's a lot further ahead on the PC than it will be on consoles, isn't it?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing that annoys me. Is like they're not keeping. I say not keeping up. They're very behind on the Minecraft versions of the Xbox One and the PS4 version. It bothers me.
It's weird that the Xbox One version's behind. You'd think that $2 billion would get an up-to-date version. Really. I think, honestly, if I was splashing $2 billion, I'd be like, would you update it? And
Well,
they'd
no,
be like,
But Notch doesn't care anymore.
no.
Right, yeah,
I
he's,
want
he's
his
sitting on,
house.
he's sitting on a beach earning 20%.
He's just sitting there just going, I've got to do nothing with my
For the
life
rest
from here
of
on
my
in.
life, ever.
Imagine having a room for jelly beans. Imagine that. It's just... I mean, why? And also, you've got that... deep down, I think that there's probably a best before date on jelly beans, and that the ones that are at the very bottom are going to be really shitty.
Well,
You know when you've got a bird feeder, and the ones at the bottom just become kind of a crust of solid, gone off
bird
mouldy
spit
nuts.
and
That's
rotting.
I think that's what Notch's jelly beans are going
Well,
to
it
be like.
depends if the jelly beans dispense from the bottom, and like a pick and mix machine. You know, you take them from the bottom, take some out and eat them, and then you dispense them
Yeah,
back
but
at
the
the
ones
top.
at the top, even if it's that, you're still going to have to eat like 6 foot of jelly beans.
I wonder what his refresh bill for his jelly beans is per month.
Don't know, more
Actually,
than we earn in a
I don't
lifetime.
fucking care, because why would you have that much money and waste it on a room for fucking jelly beans when you could have a garage? Yeah, you could have a garage full of cars from classic 80s TV shows. Yeah, you got Kit over there, you got Kit in transform mode there, you've got car there, you've got the Ecto one, you've got the 18 van, you got the 18 van after Burdock strips it down and it's just the chassis and he's driving around on the fucking seat with a wheel. You've got Street Hawk, Airwolf. That'd be fucking great. If I had well, let's say you got a third of $2 billion. If I had that much money, I would buy so much cool stuff. I wouldn't buy a fucking jelly bean room for crying out loud.
Jelly beans is the feature image for this show. Cheers for that, Steve. That really helps. I was wondering what we was going to do for that.
Oh, you know what you could do? You could get a jelly bean room, and you could put Lego bricks into the jelly bean dispensers. That'd be genius.
No, but the thing is, with Notch, I love Notch. I want to be Notch. In all fairness, it's not. Yeah, it's not like he's Valve man.
Gabe Newell.
No, Gabe Newell. Yeah, not Greg. I don't know who Greg is.
Craig Newell, Gabe's lesser known brother.
Right. Well,
He's making Half-Life 3 though. We'll all work.
We might not. What's going to happen first? Is Gabe going to have a heart attack, or is Half-Life 3 going to get made?
Well, what it is that Gabe Newell and Greg Newell are actually twin brothers, and they show up in public at different times. Or Greg Newell is kept in the basement of Valve's offices, and he is actually working on Half-Life 3, but in ASCII.
He's the only. Actually, he's the actual brains. Gabe's the. He's the looks. And
Greg Newell's just a brain in a jar.
Yeah.
Saying Gabe Newell killed his brother and kept him. You sick fuck.
Yeah. Right. Actually, what happened? He done that, but Notch has got so much fucking money. He bought that brain in a jar.
Greg Newell's brain.
And filled it with jelly beans.
Jelly beans. Oh god, modern gaming. Anyway,
he's got time. He's got time to buy those DeLoreans and Night Riders and stuff like that.
Night Ride, not fucking Night Ride. Jesus, you make my teeth itch.
I've done it on purpose to wind you up.
You did.
Night
Anyway,
Industries.
2000, yeah.
Yeah.
Did anyone get around to watching that remake that they did?
No.
I did actually. It was fucking awful.
Good.
Well, I had a whole thing. I had a whole thing prepared. Actually, I had a whole thing prepared. It's one of my usual rants when somebody gets me off on one. About sequelitis in modern gaming, because people like to pull out that old chestnut of it's all sequel these days, when in fact it's not true at all.
There's not many sequels out and about.
Well, there's loads of sequels out and about, but there's no more or less than we're out in fucking 90s.
I tell you what, question for you: GTA series, sequels or not?
What? What do you mean?
The GTA series are technically not sequels.
Well, they've not got numbers on them, so no.
Well, they have.
Well, 1, 2, 3, and 4 have, so they're sequels.
And 5.
And
But they're
5,
not sequels. How are they sequels? The stories don't mix up at all.
So...
They're not sequels.
They do, don't they?
No.
Pretty sure that there is a crossover.
They share the same universe.
Well, that makes them sequels then.
No.
Why don't they even go? Why aren't they sequels?
Because they're not. They just share the same universe. It's like saying some of the National Lampoon's films are sequels to the others. And I don't just mean Christmas Vacation, European Vacation, any of the National Lampoon's films. They take place in the same universe, but they're not sequels.
This is the mark of us talking about modern gaming. So, National Lampoon.
I saw that they're making another National Lampoon's film the other day, and I saw Chevy Chase, and Chevy Chase got fat. Fucking hell.
Ah, see, some of us... Do you not watch Community, Steve?
No.
See, some of us knew that already. Yes.
Do you want a cookie? Medal?
I do.
Gold
I do,
star?
actually.
I mean, you know, I can give you a pat on the back if you want. It's up to you. I didn't even know
yeah.
Chevy Chase, to be honest with you, until I saw this photo, I didn't know Chevy Chase was still alive. I thought he died years ago.
Yeah. He's one
Have
of
you seen
those.
Chuck as well? Have you ever seen Chuck?
I'm only on halfway through season 2.
Oh, I won't ruin it then. I won't ruin it.
Too late, you already
I
have.
just did.
Prick. Modern
I
gaming.
love Chevy Chase.
Start playing Hearthstone.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that was one thing that came out. Yeah, apart from
Hearthstone.
one Hearthstone on Metacritic. Fucking. Yeah, they also released it on Android and iPhones.
Yeah, I decided I ought to start playing that, and then 3 hours later, they released it on the iPhone. So that was nice.
How are you finding Hearthstone?
I'm not that far into it, but it seems quite nice. It's more peggly than I assumed.
More peggly?
More Peggly?
It's got quite a peggly presentation to it.
No, Peggle's got a very Blizzard presentation to it. There's a fundamental difference.
Yeah, probably. But I don't think I've ever properly played a Blizzard game.
Whatever. What, not even like Diablo or StarCraft or
Even I've played Diablo.
I played Diablo a little bit, but not really enough to count. But no, none of the others.
You see, that's Blizzard are one company that can. Well, I say a bit like Valve, but Valve are stretching it really thin these days. They're one of them companies that can take the time about something, and you know you can get something good at end on it. Unlike the yearly iterations of Assassin's Creed and shit like that. So you don't mind waiting. I mean, for all Diablo 3's problems, when it came out, it was, and even in my Blizzard fanboyism, it wasn't a game. It wasn't the game I hoped it would be. But then they released the Reapers of Souls, and it basically just kicked the door in of my top 10 ever and placed itself somewhere between 5 and 6. So it's they just do. I mean, it's like
That's an unfortunate time to die.
Incredible. What? Sorry.
You kind of died.
What?
Your connection must have
Oh,
dropped or
it's
something.
fucking.
Got to that point, and then that's it.
Fucking. You see, I've been distracted now. I was on a monologue, and I've completely lost it. Basically, Blizzard games are fucking great. And anyone that says otherwise is a penis.
I agree. Diablo 3, when I got into that, I would consider myself someone who's not really had much Blizzard experience before. And you know what? That was a game that made it perfectly acceptable for complete and utter noobs to play with the most experienced Diablo fans out there and have a good time. And that's a rare commodity in a game.
Yeah, it's just being able to smash things tits in without actually really knowing much about it. What was I reading that about today? There was reading something. Oh, anyway, but sorry, I lost track. But yeah, no. Blizzard never really lost it. Valve never really lost it up until the point they realised selling hats was more profitable than making Half-Life 3.
Yes.
And they gave up on that. And everybody else just churns out yearly iterations. But for all that, I think modern gaming's great. I think modern gaming's
I've had
wonderful.
literally no problems with Steam at all this week. Literally no problems. PC gaming's been top stuff this week.
Oh man, especially that Mortal Kombat release.
They nailed that. Nailed it. Oh, let's bring in new features. I always seem to have lost it entirely.
You had to go and bring up Steve. You just completely destroyed Steve, who I assume will be back in a minute.
That was a complete disaster. That was the biggest disaster that we've had since we've decided Steam was a force for good in about 2008 or so. We all hated it until then.
So, run me through this, Andrew, because I've not really taken much notice of this. Whose fault is it and why?
It is presumably NetherRealm's fault for agreeing to Valve saying, let's try out our funky new system. Basically what happened is that for the preload of Mortal Kombat, it turned out there wasn't really a preload at all. It downloaded the first 3 gigabytes, and then you could go in and play a basically single player one-on-one stuff without doing any of the story modes, like you can with PS4, Xbox One basic installation. You can do something. Except what actually happened was the first 3 gigabytes included the menu, and it's quite a nice menu. It really is quite a nice menu. And then you could select all the things. You could change the graphical options and things, which is good times. And then you went into the fight. You could select a couple of things, and then it crashed. And you couldn't play anything at all. But luckily, this great system, it will then allow you, once you start the game, it will then download all the other parts of the game as DLC, which is great, except it didn't do that either. So what it did was it just gave you the first 3 gigabytes, which was a menu, and that was it. That was all. Until America woke up later, and then the entire internet went, "Oh, it's not working, 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 it's not working." And then they started fixing it. So that was...
So when we complained as Brits, they went,
nothing.
Shut up.
Nothing, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet.
And then America woke up, and they went, "Oh, sorry, sir, sorry."
Yeah, it was a complete disaster.
Mortal Kombat on PC, Steve, welcome back.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm sorry, my internet decided to shit itself. There's a lot of police activity going on, so I thought they'd cut the fucking wires or something.
Oh,
What
usually
have you done?
what it is, you've just been what's it called? You've been swatted. That's what it is.
No, man, actually, the police are just round the corner. That's actually, I want to go and have a look. Anyway,
Take the webcam, film it. It's the best show ever.
This is the double-edged sword of modern gaming, is the whole microtransaction thing. I mean, to be honest with you, a lot of them are microtransactions.
We haven't even actually got onto that, yeah.
But the Mortal Kombat thing, what a lot of things didn't. In fact, you probably covered this. The thing about the gold. Have you already been through that?
No, we've just been going through the wonders of the Steam installation, Joy.
Well, the thing is, it's not even Steam's fault. It's who publishes Mortal Kombat these days? Is it Warner's?
Yeah, it's one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whoever distributes it. I mean, they've not exactly got a massively good track record, especially with Dying Light, and it's a weird one because you kind of what is that noise? What the fuck is that?
I do apologise. We are being accompanied by what's the film called? Les Miserables.
Oh Jesus! Shoot me.
I don't know why the L thing came.
Fucking El Les Miserables, El Porto Diablo,
El Dorado. There we go.
Right. Anyway, fucking yeah. So whoever decided to put 3 gig down and then do the rest was a moron. But you know, PC gaming, Master Race, yay! Fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a disaster. But yeah, we've got all the DLC stuff as well, which is good times. It's almost as if and I forgot. There's another brilliant addition to this. I bought Mortal Kombat on pre-release because you get Goro with it, and it was really cheap. It was 17 quid. And then CD keys today, since it's been out for such a long time, have now reduced it to 13 quid, and Goro's 99p.
That's
literally a day has passed.
No.
That's the worst thing about modern gaming.
What?
Is the price reductions within hours.
The price drops are not as frequent and as great as they used to be about 5 or 6 years ago. For example, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this one before. Kane and Lynch 2. Kane and Lynch 2 was slashed to 50% of its RRP by the publisher within 6 days of its release. 6 days.
I don't get that at all.
I do, because they weren't fucking selling, because it was awful. It was getting terrible reviews. It wasn't selling, and so they cut the prices, and absolutely everybody went mental. Game went mental.
Yeah.
All indies went mental. HMV went mental.
If Kane and Lynch 2 had ended after the first level, that'd have been a great game.
It wouldn't have been worth 45 fucking quid.
But to be fair, no one
It
paid
still would have been
that.
longer than the order.
Nobody paid that after the first 6 days. No, it was. Squeenix were just being complete bellends about it, and that was a trying time. Sega stuff.
I think that was probably a bit of a watershed moment for them. Really, I think that's where a lot of this middle tier thing has gone.
I'd have loved to have been in Sega meetings with them going, look, we don't understand it. Our games don't sell inside the first 2 weeks. Why is that?
Yeah. 4 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks is when Sega games on Xbox 360 used to drop to £18.
Spider is a mate you can buy for $2.99.
Bizarre. It's bizarre. Sega can't market the way out of a paper bag, and they kept tanking their games.
No, and they've completely blown it now because everyone's got into this habit of if Sega release something, we'll just
Wait for it to come down in price.
Speaking of,
of,
Virtua Tennis 4 has been removed from Steam, and they've reduced it because that's going to disappear forever soon. So if you want to buy Virtua Tennis 4, buy Virtua Tennis.
I didn't buy it the 18 times previously it was available on the PS Vita at discount price, so I'm alright.
I did buy it on the PS Vita. I own it on the PS Vita. I like Virtua Tennis 4.
Sega used to do regular giveaways on Twitter, and again, that's another reason games didn't sell. They've done an obscene amount of giveaways on Twitter. And it was one of those where they gave you the code and just go, guess the letter. And I did it, and I got a free copy of Virtua Tennis 4, and I played all of about 20 minutes of it because I had it on the Vita, and I had it on something else previously. And to be honest, the best version was the arcade version of the first one. I
think you'll find the best version was the Dreamcast version where you could use the fishing rod controller. That.
Yes. I played that back, yes.
See, that's what you don't get in modern gaming.
Fishing rods.
Fishing rods in tennis games or in Soul Calibur.
Oh, can we just move back to a previous episode where we were coming up with awesome little ideas in games?
Sure, because we've not really been on topic much today anyway.
The slightest.
So if you're listening to this, just pretend that's in that episode where I'm sure we wandered onto this topic at some point. Topspin on the Xbox had you remember the black and white buttons on the Xbox?
Yeah, they didn't do
what those
anything.
buttons were for. You could react when you'd lost a point. If you bashed the black button, your player got angry, and if you bashed the white button, your player got over the top, exuberant joy. That was the best thing ever.
That's racist, Andrew. I'm not touching that.
You see, I wasn't going down that route. I was going down the. That's quite actually a yin yang zen light dark side of human nature kind of thing going on. That's quite actually deeply meaningful for a very game on a very mediocre console.
Tell you what, an emotion button.
Emotion button. Totes emotion. Yeah, sure. That sounds like a great idea.
That's basically what it was. It was genius. It was the best thing in any sports game ever.
And then
apart
the next
from the pushing button in FIFA 95, 96, that was
the
brilliant.
emotion actually, and people mention FIFA that if you swear in FIFA you can get sent off and stuff like that. But they got that from 2K, who done that in the NBA. That if you swore, you'd get technical fouls and stuff like that as well. It was great.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I still want a voice-controlled hockey manager game where I can shout at my players.
They can't hear you. They've got helmets on. What's the point?
Behave.
What?
Behave.
Too busy Canadians punching each other in the head. It's.
I've been enjoying learning ice hockey. Oh, I'm an expert now.
Right. Sorry, tell me the 3 words I had to correct you on when you sent me a message the other day, Andrew.
Metacritic. Hearthstone. And another one I don't know.
Transfers of players. It's called a trade, and it's not called it's not a match. It's a game.
I'm pretty sure there must be
It's a
transfers
hockey
somewhere
match.
else.
What are you talking about?
It's a hockey game, and it's a roster, not a team.
Is that
Surely
because
it's
there's
a
no
team
I in
and a
team?
roster. Surely it's a team and a roster.
It's a
It's
roster.
a roster of players.
Surely the team Nashville has a roster.
Also, Nashville, I immediately hate you for Nashville because their fans are horrible bastards.
Well, yeah, but we've got country music, so I've been listening to country music. Yeah.
See, that's one of the best things about Euro Truck Simulator is listening to really bad Czech drum and bass while driving around Europe.
That's basically what I've been doing. I've made ice hockey simulator and just.
To be honest, I want. I love you, Steve, and everything in a totally heterosexual way.
No, yeah, sure.
But I want Andrew for our quick look type thing of Eastside Hockey Manager because I need to teach him a few things.
It's fine. I'd probably just say, what's this spreadsheet bullshit? What's that guy? Who's that? Why are you doing this? I don't understand. Fucking, why don't you just like type
To be
things
fair,
into?
I don't understand either, and I've sunk about 8 hours into it so far.
Fucking hell, Jesus. How are you finding time away from Attila and from Football Manager 2015?
I've not bought 2015 yet. I've been good. I don't
Still
allow
playing
myself
Championship
to buy
Manager
Football
4?
Manager. I don't buy every Football Manager because I have to have basically I have a year every now and again that I put aside to play Football Manager.
I have a large swathe of time. Of time that I put aside to my virtual spreadsheet.
I tell you what I've been playing now, which was actually on topic. I've been playing the Infinite Crisis MOBA a lot.
You see, as far as I'm aware, and obviously the only MOBA I play is Heroes of the Storm occasionally, is that Infinite Crisis is the worst MOBA you could play.
I believe they actually finished it. I think it's actually meant to be.
It's on Steam now, and it's not in early access, so I'm assuming, it's finished.
Yeah,
I got a beta key for it about a year ago, and it was alright.
Talking of unfinished
I
MOBAs,
didn't actually know that they were so nerdy, basically. That there was so many just statistics. I do like a game with statistics.
Oh man, if you ever tried to play Dota, do you know what? I've tried watching videos on playing Dota and reading guides and stuff like that, and it just makes the fluid in my inner ear boil. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I assumed that they were kind of slow action games, basically, but no, they're statistics. They
are the epitome of min-max number crunching, pretty much. I think
it's pretty
get
impressive.
yourself on, and I'm surprised at how good it actually turned out to be after I sunk more time into it. Is Bloodsports.tv.
I put about 30 seconds into it and decided I didn't want to play it.
Right, I got past that first. the first 20-30 minutes of it, I'm playing it and going, this is a shitty fake MOBA that someone's just completely ripped off Borderlands on for the design style, and what the fuck am I doing? Got past it, and I actually quite enjoyed playing it. It kind of lets you
quite
lets you
enjoy
go in a bit.
everything, though.
No, I can't play stuff like that. I don't get turned. I really want to play Heroes of the Storm, but it's not bad.
It just all it did was make me want to play Heroes of the Storm because I'm more invested in the Blizzard universe. I will play it because we need to do a quick play of it. We need to do a playthrough thingy of it.
I don't know with you, but it's because of Andrew mentioning Infinite. We still do that.
To play a game, even if you reviewed it.
Yeah, I've reviewed it. All right, I'll tell you what. I'll just fucking uninstall it, shall I? Cheers, thanks.
Yes. No, but it's another game, and it should. If it was early access still, I'd be praising it a lot more than what I did. It'd been a much higher score than what I gave it. Because it really is.
Access, you wouldn't have given it a score.
No. Right. No, exactly. But whatever. I'm trying to make a point. Shut up.
Trying.
Underneath, it's a fantastic game, but it's still held together with early access bits. There's modes that aren't going to work for a little while. There's still some placeholders there, and it's stuff like that. They shouldn't be charging money as a full game for that yet. It should still have the early access tag, and I think they've made a mistake selling that fully.
In a world of modern gaming where Sony are charging $15.99 for an early access game that's going to be free to play when it goes into full release,
it's not the worst crime, is it?
No.
At least Bloodsports is a functioning game.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, it's the MOBA thing is completely alien to me. And like I said, the reason I've kind of got into Heroes of the Storm is because Heroes of the Storm, and as derogatory as it sounds, it's basically my first MOBA. And it's all the better for it. Whether it's got legs or not, I don't know, because it's, you know, I don't have enough skill to tell you whether it's a decent MOBA or not. But the fact that I can play it without feeling like a complete hindrance and completely useless is a +1 in my book, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah,
but has it got Blue Beetle in it? That's the crucial.
Blue Beetle. But have you got Booster Gold in?
I don't think he's actually in it yet.
Boom.
No. But it's new Blue Beetle as well. I quite like new Blue Beetle. I got all the characters, so it's just amazing. It's proper fan service in terms of characters. So the amount of dialogue and stuff they've recorded is ridiculous. It's in terms of slap a license on a MOBA, they've done the license slapping as well as they could possibly do.
I don't know whether that was all the voice acting was in when I played it, because I played it in like alpha a year and a bit ago, I think, and like I say, it was fine, but I just couldn't commit the time to it, and it's just. But yeah, apparently the voice acting it's like ridiculously. The quantity of voice acting in it is vast,
and it's all really good as well.
It's
well considered, and sometimes it's actually funny, and it's good. It's weird.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's got a place in a MOBA. That's all. So.
Yeah, I like
If you're enjoying it, that's very nice.
I like the comics, yes.
Yes. You're a DC kid, see, I'm more of a Marvel kid.
Yeah, that's basically what's happened.
I was going to say, I wonder what happens with Marvel Mecha MOBA, but they did the free-to-play ARPG, didn't they? So
there's a Marvel MOBA in there?
Not that I'm aware of.
I'm pretty sure there is.
Are you sure you're not thinking of the same thing I just said?
No, I don't think so.
The ARPG. Basically Diablo with Daredevil and Deadpool and stuff.
I'd play
Brad's
that.
like, I've got no idea what's going on.
I'd play that.
Have you played it?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Cheers. Thanks for the input there, Brad. Marvellous. Anyway.
I don't know, maybe I am just thinking of that one, but I thought there was...
No, there's no MOBA.
Yeah.
Anyway, but modern gaming, yeah, that's
there
pretty
will
much
be
it in a nutshell.
within about 6 months anyway. So.
I played that Marvel Match 3 game.
Oh, Puzzle Quest.
Yeah, but do you know what? Screw Marvel and their Match 3 games. And screw free-to-play Match 3 games that we don't get proper Match 3 games anymore, the bastards.
It's alright, you're just importing from Japan, it's fine.
I did. I want proper Match 3. I want Super Puzzle Fighter again. Someone make Super Puzzle Fighter. And
You'd have to petition Capcom for that, and then they'd have to make an iterative sequel to it every year and a half, and then they'd have to make a spin-off of it that's not very good.
Fine.
And then they'd have to farm out another version of it to a Western company that would be very good, but the fans would just get pissy about it, and so then no, you'd end up with nothing really.
I'll just take a HD version of.
I've been playing a cracking mobile game recently that's a puzzle.
Hearthstone.
Touchtone, that's what it's called. Where you have to do a really quite neat puzzle game to hack into people's phones.
That sounds awesome.
It's really good. And it's like a real game as well, where you pay an amount of money and then you get a video game.
That'll never catch on.
It might.
No.
It's good that we're getting this kind of innovation. It's brilliant. It's really good.
See, this gets me right. I've been that desperate for a decent Match 3 game. I'm sorry, I love them. I really do enjoy them from the old days of, Bejeweled, the original one, and, Super Puzzle Fighter, Columns, all of those. I really do enjoy them. And I gave Candy Crush a go.
Oh,
right? No, bear with me. If Candy Crush had an option where I could pay $3.99 or something like that, and here's Candy Crush, I'd be happy with that.
I think you'd find if you paid for Candy Crush and you didn't have any of the obstacles put in the way that Candy Crush puts there, then the game wouldn't be worth playing at all because you'd just piss through it.
No, you can take the balancing of it. I don't mind retrying levels over and over again. What I do mind is getting to X level and the game going, oh, you need to bother some of your friends to go further.
That's what she said.
It is. Yeah. But honestly,
literally what everyone on Facebook has said.
I don't mind the artificial boosted and stuff like that you can unlock as daily spin as much, right? But no, it is generally. But it's I got to a certain level and it said you can either pay to go further or you need to bother your friends. Well, I don't mind paying to go further, but can I just buy the whole game? Can I just buy all the levels, please?
The thing is, if they sold you the whole game for £4, then it would be a lot harder to get £6 billion out of that one person that gives them £6 billion.
So that's why still my favourite match 3 game is still No Heroes Allowed, No Puzzles Either, which has all the free-to-play trappings you want. You get like 5 lives a day. You have to go through, use them, or then pay to unlock more lives. It's got all of that, but then it just goes. Do you know what? Screw all this. Buy the game. And you buy the game for, I think it was $6.99 in total on PSN, and I've completed it, and I'm bored now because I completed it, so I want more.
I've never heard of it.
I'm literally, I don't know if I still am, but if you look on Metacritic, I'm still the only person to review that game.
That's really sad. You see, I find that very sad because that it's people. I mean, I said I'm not bothered about playing this Bloodsports TV thing, but it's obvious that somebody's put a lot of time or effort into making that game.
Yeah.
But I just don't care. I just don't give a fuck. I hate myself a little bit for that, but I just find it very tragic that there's all this stuff and then it just gets passed by the wayside.
To be fair, if you're going to have one person review a game, if there's only going to be one review on the entire
one review for a Vita game.
You would want Brad to do it, wouldn't you? Really?
Yeah. Well, sorry.
There's a perfect score from everybody.
There's 2 of us have reviewed it now.
Right.
Push Square reviewed it on the May the 6th, 2014. I did it on April 27th, 2014. And I remember getting a comment on the on my review going, "Oh, I'm glad someone's reviewed this game."
Oh, bless.
You're the only person to do it.
Oh. I'm going to have to go and buy that now because that's really sad.
But the worst thing is, right, and this game got no attention, no one knows. Do you know who developed it and published it for Vita?
Who?
Sony.
How did they not push that?
I don't know. Steve, honestly, give it a go. It is outstanding.
Alright. Only because it's you. Alright.
I gave it a 9 out of 10, so it's probably a 7 out of 10 in most people.
What did the other chap give it? What has
8.
the other review said?
He gave it an 8.
Was that also you?
No.
I think you're under a pseudonym working for a different website.
Yeah, I just need to get 2 more jobs so it gets an actual Metacritic score. It gets an average user score of 7. So that's probably about right to giving the Vita tax that I give scores. So
yeah, it's...
No, play it. That's a really good game, and it's a shame that it failed. Essentially,
I'm sure you'll put a link to it on Facebook now, so that
yes, I probably could
check out your review and stuff.
Oh, no, that's what I can't find it. Modern gaming, it's ruined.
It's not fucking ruined. This is the thing. You see, we really are going to have to find some way to tie these fucking rambles up at some point because we've just got to stop promising we're going to talk about anything specific because we never ever do.
It was Andrew's idea. I was happy to talk to you every week.
Yeah, Andrew. Why aren't you keeping us on track?
Topic. We might have a little bit.
I like talking gibberish.
Modern gaming is fine. Modern gaming is fine because it's ever evolving, it's ever changing, and gaming's all the more wonderful for it. You might see the same shit recycled from some companies, and that's fine because that placates that certain itch. But you also see an abundance of wonderful stuff as well. I don't see how that could be a bad thing. So basically, internet, shut the fuck up and play some fucking games.
I think
buy Don't Die Mr. Robot for £2.49 because it is fantastic.
I think, even with dodgy modern gamingness, that this probably still is the high point of gaming so far.
There's never been the amount of games in recent years that have marched straight into my top 10 ever is moderately alarming.
Yeah.
And so it's all stuff that's been completely impossible and brought, even if they've not brought new experiences, they've done them so well that they couldn't have been possible before. Like Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2 is one of my in my top 10. It's a first-person shooter. It's a loot game, but it all works so well, and it's all so satisfying, and it's incredibly funny and well written. I love it, and and Dark Souls. Dark Souls takes bits from all sorts of games and stitches them together into this fantastic Frankenstein monster that beats you in the bollocks repeatedly.
And you also got, obviously, the modern Tetris that showed what a powerhouse of a game that was, that it needs the biggest, baddest PC in the world to make it run.
There's nothing like modernising an old game to make you appreciate what they got out of 4K of memory.
Tetris, but it is that's. I don't want to end it on a sour note, but I just that because the new Tetris, it just reminded me just how perfect that original was.
It's just oh Jesus. Anyway, on that note,
And we got the Ubisoft to get the trifecta of the usual bollocks in there as well.
Fucking the Gamestyle bingo's
Yeah, we
complete.
were panicking for a second there.
Yeah.
Finished it with Vita and Ubisoft.
Just whatever you do, don't promise anything we're going to talk about next week because I don't think I'm
no.
cope with trying to keep up with it.
But I will. No. Next week's going to be bollocks episode.
We're probably going to talk about something else, and then we'll talk about something else, and then we'll talk about something else again.
Something will happen, and we'll talk about that.
We're getting to thingy season, aren't we? We're marching toward not awards season.
Oh, not awards season.
Show season.
Yeah.
Show season. I'm just waiting for my Gears of War quadrilogy remaster, please. Thanks.
Not the Marcus Phoenix collection.
Phoenix.
Whatever. But
Have the Marcus Phoenix collection on Metacritic.
While playing Hearthstone.
Hearthstone. Jesus, oh God.
Hearthstone? Hearthstone? I forgot what I called it.
Hearthstone.
Yeah, I had that problem where I was trying to take the piss out of you the other day. I didn't know how you'd done it wrong, I just knew it was wrong.
Stone is fucking... It's like heart with a H on the end. Fucking...
Hearthstone. Anyway, coming out on the site this week, we have a crap ton of reviews actually that we're catching up with, and we've still got another feature from John Lappin that's just going to embarrass the buggery out of the rest of us because it's
we're just like fucking amateurs. It's terrible.
We're hoping to start doing a few more streams and stuff like that.
Real life just keeps getting in the fucking way.
It does.
It's been doing that a lot recently.
Yeah,
I'm gutted I didn't come up.
How dare it? How fucking
I'm gutted. I should have come up to Sheffield this weekend, just gone.
I wouldn't have been able to see you anyway. We had guests.
No, because you had because of the guests you had.
Oh right.
We had mutual friends.
Yes.
Anyway, we'll try and do a couple more streams. I'm going to try and do a regular one. I was going to do it on a Monday, but I'm busy watching another streamer on a Monday now. So.
Your man crush.
Yeah. I might see if he'll let me on. Please,
I want to be your friend. Take this miscreant away.
But we do have quite a few games that we need to quick look at, if that's not copyrighted. But yeah, stuff coming up. We've got reviews, we've got articles, we've got videos, and we'll be back next week with
something
gibberish.
Jesus God, we don't know.
But hey, that's why you love us.
Absolutely.
All 16 of you.
Yep. Like us.
16
recommend us to your friends.
Facebook, YouTube, Twitter,
YouTube, all that good stuff. If you don't know by now, I'm sure we'll
please give us some feedback, because we haven't had any feedback for months.
We are just talking bollocks at you, and we don't know if you're enjoying it. Even if you hate it, or you need us to stay on topic, or you want to get rid of one of us so we can tell you to shut up and just listen, just tell us something, for crying out loud.
We won't cry, honestly. We'll just insult you next week.
Brad will cry. But, yeah.
Only if you say something like, need to go in the bin with the Vita, or something like that.
Anyway.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.